Contractor tip number 104 from the book 501 Contractor Tips. And I mentioned this a little bit in one of the previous tips, but it's on hiring temporary workers. And again, this could be beneficial for your business. Let's just say that you get a little busy every once in a while and you need to hire people, but it's only going to be for a few days or a few weeks. And if this is the case, then it wouldn't be a bad idea to use a temporary employment agency, or make sure that you are crystal clear with your employees that this is only going to be for a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Make sure that they understand this is temporary employment. And again, you're going to hear me stressing this whole thing out. You're stressing this. I cannot stress it enough. And that will be to make sure you understand all of the laws and rules involved in hiring and firing employees. So make sure that you understand everything. If you do get caught in one of these loopholes, you get caught in something that's questionable or something you're not 100% clear on, you can end up paying out the nose, or worse yet, being forced to keep an employee who doesn't produce. So just consider that. Temporary employees, like I said, if you use them through a temp agency, then the temp agency usually covers all of their workers' comp. You will pay that basically, and you'll be paying a little more. Don't be surprised to go to a temporary employment agency and you're thinking, I just need a guy for $8 an hour. And they're going to charge you $17 an hour. This is the minimum they have because they have all these costs that they got to cover and they got to make money. So you're going to need to, if you're going to use temporary agencies, make sure that you understand the cost of these workers before you bid the job. So if you're saying, hey, you know what, if I take one more job, I'm already doing 2 jobs right now. If I take one more job, I'm going to need help. And you don't know anything about this stuff or hiring people, and you go down and you hire someone and they send you out some bozo that doesn't know what a hammer is, or can't even speak the language you're working with, then you're not going to be very happy. And if you think about it, and this is where the planning comes in, if you don't plan any of this stuff and you don't find out what you can and cannot do, whether you can hire an employee or even fire an employee, and you do end up hiring someone and having problems with them and end up wasting your time. Let's just say that after it's all said and done, it ended up wasting just 4 hours of your time, but you're backlogged. You can't afford to waste 4 hours. Now you're going to have to go to work on Sunday. Well, you can't afford to have this either. So make sure that even if you go to a temporary agency, make sure that they send you out qualified people and you understand what the minimum is. Hey, if they're not working out, you can let them go. And of course, this is how it is with hiring employees on a temporary basis. You hire an employee, you say, hey, you're going to be working with us for a 6-month trial period. And your employment is temporary. At the end of 6 months, we will reevaluate your performance and go from there. So I actually knew a company that was their mandatory method for hiring employees. They were all temporary, and most of them would remain temporary unless their performance was above average. So because they wanted to be able to let these people go whenever they could. So these are things you're going to have to figure out. If this is something that might have worked 10 years ago but is illegal today, then you will need to know about it as a business owner. The last thing you want to have problems with is anything to do with the employment. The state, the federal government, workers' compensation, the people's the prospective clients or the clients you're working for. If you go to a temporary agency and they send up some bozo, and this is one of your valued clients that continues to pump out referrals year after year, and they come out to your house and they mess something up, this isn't going to make them happy. It's not going to make you happy. So give it some thought, understand the rules, And sometimes, remember, it's going to be better. You're going to be better off just to say, hey, I can't do that job right now. I can postpone it. But right now I'm already backed up. You know, I'm maxed out. I'm not going to hire another employee because I don't want to go through this crap.